welcome to Weekend Projects. I'm Bree Pettis, your host, and every week I bring you a project that you can make over the weekend. This weekend we're going to make shadow puppets, and not just any shadow puppets, but monster shadow puppets. That's because, Halloween is coming up, and what's more fun than making monsters that you can boss around and control, and will follow your every command? Okay, we're going to get started with some paper puppets, and then we're going to move on and do some really cool polycarbonate puppets. Let's get started. Paper puppets are great because you can make up a bunch of puppets pretty quickly and then be ready to go with your puppet show in no time flat. Okay, now some people like to draw out their puppets and then cut them out and make them very neat and very planned, but one of my criteria for good art is that when you start, you don't know where you're going to finish. So I'm going to rip out a shape, and then just like looking at a cloud, I'm gonna just look at it and see what it looks like. I'm not sure exactly what this is going to be, but I'm kind of excited to see what I can come up with, what will just magically unfold here. Alrighty. Kind of looks like a rubber ducky or something like that, like a little ducky. Okay, so let's make this a vampire ducky. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put some eyes here. And then I'm going to fold this here because I'm going to put some fangs on here. Well, this is awesome. First I need to cut a mouth. And then I'm going to just cut the little fangs. Okay. Now I've got the vampire ducky. I think I need to actually, this little ducky needs a little wing right there. I'm going to go ahead and rip a little wing into here. Oh. Alright, vampire ducky here, and you could just go ahead and hold this up against a shadow screen and you'd be all set, but people would be able to see your hand. So we need control rods. The best thing to use for control rods is bamboo skewers. That's because they're cheap, they're super strong, and they're the perfect length. Now we're going to just need one of these, and we're going to take some tape, which is the puppeteer's best friend, and we're going to take one big piece and put it just at the top. Be careful with bamboo skewers because they're pointy and you don't want to poke your eye out. And then you fold it over. Now you fold it over so that there's like a loop at the top. Then you smush that loop down and you've got a flap here. Now this flap acts as a hinge, which lets us do really cool things with our puppet. Now I just need one more piece of tape because I fold this over on itself so it's not sticky anymore. And this tape I'm going to use to attach the hinge to Vampire Ducky. Okay. Now I put it on there just like that. And now I'm all set. I can basically move this hinge like this and it won't go anywhere. But if I twist the control rod, I can make it do somersaults, flips in the air, and hey, that's awesome. Okay, I'm going to make a couple more puppets like this, and then we're going to move on to polycarbonate puppets. Now this is some fun stuff too. Oh, I'm a little vampire ducky. Boo! I'm a ghost! Oh, wow, you're a little ghost. Well, What are you doing? Well, I'm just looking for somebody to bite and turn into the eternal undead. Oh, cool, I'm just looking for somebody to surprise. Oh, well, you could surprise me. Oh, really? But only if I get to bite your neck and drink your blood. Oh, well, that sounds great. Okay. Boo! Whoa! Oh, yeah, alright. Let's go find a haunted house with like a moat. Yeah! Alright, let's go! So this is polycarbonate, which is also known as Lexan. Now this stuff is the ultimate puppet making material, and that's because you can cut it out and it won't crack like acrylic. And you can go ahead and it's bendable and drillable, and we're going to go ahead and put some contact paper on it here. Now black contact paper is a little bit tricky to find, but if you can't find it you can just use dark colored contact paper and that'll work fine. I have known people who have gotten like contact paper and then spray painted black, and that probably works fine too. Now I've got my contact paper here and the polycarbonate, and I'm just going to smush this down. And if you kind of roll it across, you shouldn't get too many bubbles. Well, I've got some, but it's not so bad. If you've got a bubble, all you do is you pop it with a utility knife and smush it down, and that lets the air out. Not too big a deal, but it's kind of fun actually. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and draw my monster. I'm going to start with the foot here. And this is going to be a werewolf, so I'm going to add some claws. Okay, and I'm just wrapping this up, and I'm ready to cut these out. Okay, I've attached the arm here by drilling little holes in the polycarbonate and then putting a wire through and bending it so that it stays right there. I've taken this part off a wire hanger and I'm going to make this into a control rod. Now I want to have a little loop at the end, so I'm going to use my needle nose pliers to make a little bend there, and then I want to have a place to attach it to, so I'm going to make a little bend here, and then I can either just leave this as a handle, or if I want to get snazzy, I could get some wood doweling and put a wood handle on there. First I need to take this little piece of polycarbonate and put some holes in it. This is going to be the little controller for the arm that goes up and down, and we're going to use this to attach the string to on the control rod. I'm going to go ahead and fold these up just like a little skateboard, and then I'm going to go ahead and slide this over the control rod here. And now I can attach the string here, and then I can just pull this back and forth, and it will be the thing that pulls the arm up and down. Let's attach this right on here. This is where that's going to go. And stovepipe wire just goes right through here, and we're going to use this wire to attach the control rod. We're just going to put it right through there. And now I'm going to take my needle nose pliers again and just give these a little twist. Now I'm going to use the string to connect the little skateboard to the arm, and that way we control the arm with it. The only thing left to do is to add some color, and I've got some theatrical gels here, green, yellowish, orange, and blue, and these are used to make lights, make colored light, and you can get these at a theatrical supply house. Now I'm going to cut them out and tape them on with some clear tape. This should look really cool. Alright, so this is the Shadow Theater, and I've made a little marquee with little holiday lights, and this is just a piece of paper, and this is all just foam core. Now, the first puppet theater I ever made was very similar to this, except I made it out of a cardboard box. Then I got a little fancy, I made one out of wood, and then because I had to travel, I just traveled and bought this foam core and made this one up from scratch. This is something that I'm sure that you could make and have a lot of fun with. What a great night to be out for a walk. Oh no! I'm going to eat you up! Are you sure? Yes. Are you really sure? Yes. Well, have you seen that? Ha! The moon is out and now I'm a werewolf. Look out, I'm gonna get you first. Whoa! Alright, now you know how to make your own monsters and get them to do whatever you want. Go out there, make some shadow puppets, make a shadow theater, put together a show, and hey, I'd love to see pictures or video of it. If you would just drop me a note, that would be great. Alright, I'm Bree Pettis for Make Magazine and Craft Magazine. Go out there, make some monsters, and have a great weekend.